The alpha male 1.0 versus the alpha male 2.0. How do these two types of men differ in specific scenarios to illustrate how they are different and how they view the world differently? Due to the rise of people like Andrew Tate, I'm getting a lot more questions these days about alpha male 1.0s, of which Andrew Tate is a quintessential example, and how they handle certain scenarios differently from alpha male 2.0. So now, if you didn't know, the primary difference between the alpha male 1.0 and the alpha male 2.0 is that the alpha male 2.0 is outcome independent. So they are both alpha males, they are both strong, they are both confident, they are both successful, at least to a degree, in certain areas of their lives. They are both masculine, they're both badass, or whatever term you want to use. But the alpha male 1.0 is outcome dependent, which means he really gives a shit about everything. He really cares about other people think, other people do, other people say, and things like his country and politics and things that he's very concerned about these things. Whereas the alpha male 2.0 doesn't give a shit about any of that stuff. He doesn't care what people do, what people say, including people close to him, including his own girlfriends, wives, children, what have you. He doesn't care. He's too busy focused on his own mission, his own happiness, and his own life. That doesn't mean he's a loner. You can be married and have children, and you can be an extrovert with lots of friends as an alpha male 2.0, and many of you are in that category. It's just that you don't care what these people do. Therefore, you are less often pissed off about what they do. If someone in the alpha male 1.0's life does something he doesn't like, he gets very angry, he gets very upset, he feels personally affronted, he feels personally insulted. He's like, how dare you don't respect me? Why aren't you loyal? And that is, by the way, two keywords of the alpha male 1.0, respect and loyalty. They're very big on these things. The alpha male 2.0 doesn't give a rat's ass about respect or loyalty. These things do not matter to him. What matters to him is happiness and drama. The alpha male 2.0's priority is happiness. The alpha male 1.0's priority is control. And as I talk about in my primary book, The Unchained Man, at alphamalebook.com, life only gives you one of those two things. You can either be in control of every little aspect of what everyone else does, or you can be happy. Pick one. You can be in control of yourself. I'm in control of myself. But if you want to control other people, other external entities, then you will not be happy because these people will never do exactly what you want at all times. That's just how the world is constructed. So let me give you some examples of some specific behavioral differences between the alpha male 1.0 and the alpha male 2.0. I'm going to give you a hypothetical scenario, but this is actually a real scenario. This has been played out many, many, many times, millions of times over the years in companies or businesses or even social scenarios throughout the world. As I go through this scenario, you will probably relate to this because you may have experienced this yourself, either on the receiving end or the giving end. Let's say for a minute that you have a typical corporate job, a lot of you do, and you're working in your cubicle at the office, and your boss is an alpha male 1.0. And I'm going to lay out a particular scenario. I'm going to compare how an alpha male 1.0 boss would handle this versus an alpha male 2.0 boss. Now, the one place where this hypothetical scenario falls down is that the alpha male 2.0, a true alpha male 2.0, would not have a corporate job. He would have his own business that was location independent. So let's just go with me on this and pretend that in this weird world, an alpha male 2.0 has a job, or maybe he's getting ready to quit, or maybe he hasn't built this location independent income yet, whatever excuse you want to use, okay? But here's the scenario. You are working at your corporate job. It's a standard 9-to-5 corporate job. You're working on your computer in your cubicle, and your alpha male 1.0 boss comes over to you and says, Joe, I have a project for you. I need this done by Friday at noon. Let's say today is Monday morning, okay? So it's Monday morning. He walks over and he says, here's this project, and here's exactly what I want you to do, all right? I want you to do this, 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 and this. And this has to be done by Friday at noon. Cool? All right. Now, let me show you exactly how I want it done. Now, and he stands by your computer. He stands over you, okay? He says, now bring up the da-da-da on the screen. And you go, okay, and you bring up. Now, you see that? I want you to take it and do this and this and this exactly this way, all right? I want you to do this, 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 and this. I do not want you to do this. And he pulls your chair around and he gets in your face. He says, I do not want you to do this and this and this. The last time someone did this, I was fucking furious. It caused all these kind of fucking problems. You better not do that. Do you understand? I do not want you to do this and this. I want you to do this. And you go, yes, I understand. Great. He turns your chair around because he's a confident take charge basket guy. And he continues to point the screen. Now go to the next screen. Go to the TPS report screen. Okay, and you go there. Now, you see this? I want you to do this, this, and this. Now, you see there? You see how the font is like this? I want it like this. Okay, I want it like that. You see over here, I want it like this. And I want this and this like this and this and this like this. And he spends the next 45 minutes telling you exactly how he wants it done. All right? With very clear and specific instructions, and often a few dire warnings thrown in there in case you don't get it done on time or in case you don't do it to his specifications. And then he spends another 10 minutes repeating to you how important this assignment is and how it's very critical that you get this done by Friday at noon, because you need to be a team player here at Acme Corporation. And it's very important that you get this done for X, Y, and Z. Cool? All right. Then as he's finally done, it takes about a fucking hour, he says, all right, let me know how you're doing on this later today, okay? You say, okay, great. Now he leaves. 3 hours later, you get an email from him. How are we on that project? And you go, oh shit, I've been working on this, I haven't even started. Then he lectures you over email. I told you, I thought I made it clear to you, Joe, how important this project is, that you need to get this done by Friday at noon. Never mind the fact it's only 3 p.m. on Monday. By Friday at noon, and so you need to, and he lectures you and lectures you and lectures you on your appropriate behavior as an employee of Acme Corporation. And you go, okay, got it. All right. So then the next morning, you sit down, there's an email in your inbox at 8 a.m. As soon as you sit down in your cubicle, how are we doing on that project? Okay. And for the rest of the week, he is constantly bugging you on how you're doing on that project. He wants to see updates. All right. He wants to see where you are on it, or maybe not. Maybe he just bugs you about it, what have you. All right. Now, finally, Friday at noon rolls around. Okay. And he's over at your desk, Johnny on the spot at noon, 12:00. And he's over at your cubicle at Johnny on the spot at noon, 12:00. He's there. He's like, well, is the project done? Let's go. Give it to me. Now, if you have it done, great. He's happy. All right. And even if you have it done, he's going to sit there and go through it and go, you know, I really wanted you to do this. And, you know, why did you do this? And he'll start bitching and moaning about certain things that you did, quote unquote, wrong and that maybe he didn't even address. Now, let's say you don't get it done. Oh, shit. Let's say he's over there at noon on Friday and you say, where is the project? And you go, oh man, I don't have it done yet. It's going to take me 3 or 4 more hours. He blows his fucking stack. He gets very angry. He raises his voice at you and he screams at you about how you're not a team player, how you're disrespecting the company, how you don't value your job, how he should replace you and find someone else who values his job, how you are disrespecting him as a boss, and how offended he is and how pissed off he is and how upset and how disappointed he is in you that you didn't get your assignment done. And he goes on and on and on for about 20 minutes, livid, red face, screaming at you, possibly, likely, inappropriately, where other people at cubicles are like, oh my God, Joe's fucking in big trouble over there. Shit, right? And then he says, you better get this done today. If you don't get this done, we're going to have a problem. Right, okay. So that's the first scenario. All right, now let me give you an alternate scenario. Let's say the scenario is identical. Identical scenario, your boss has a project that he needs done by Friday at noon, okay? Except this time your boss is an alpha male 2.0. Okay, now again, an alpha male 2.0 would never have a corporate job, but you get my point. Or at least a true, fully evolved alpha male 2.0 would not have this. Maybe an alpha male 2.0 in training. Alpha male 2.0 boss comes over and he's whistling. And he comes over to your cube and he says, hey, Joe, I got this project. Okay, I need this done by Friday at noon. Okay, you cool with that? Friday at noon, you understand? Friday at noon. Okay, this is very important. We need this done Friday at noon. If it doesn't get done by Friday at noon, we're going to have some problems. So this is important. Consider this a priority. And he goes, okay, got it. And then he says, now, here's how I want it to look when it's all done. I want it to look like this, 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 and this. Okay, it has to be this. It has to look like this when we're done. Do you understand? Yes, I understand. Great. If there's any questions, shoot me an email. See you later. Bye. And he leaves. Takes about 3 minutes, grand total. He does not tell you how it's supposed to be done. He does not give any dire warnings about if you don't get it done. He just tells you he needs it done He's done by a certain date, and he shows you clearly and specifically how he wants it to look when it's done, okay? Throughout the week, he might send you a single email, maybe on Wednesday, checking in. Hey, just checking in. I haven't heard from you. Do you have any questions on the project? How are you on the project? Are we still looking good for Friday or so? And you say yes or no, or you may have to ask him questions or what have you, and that's fine, okay? If you do ask him questions, he gives you answers very quickly and succinctly. If you ask the Alpha Male 1.0 boss about questions, he goes on and on and on and on and on with all these specifics on what he wants and what he doesn't want. Now, Friday at noon rolls around. Okay, your Alpha 2.0 boss comes over to your cubicle again at 12:00.00, right? And he says, where is it? And if you have it done, he takes it and says, thank you very much, and leaves. That's it. Now, if there's things he doesn't like about the project, you'll hear about those later, maybe in your quarterly review or something. You're not going to hear about it now. He's too busy doing other shit. But he may make a mental note. Well, he fucked this up, he fucked that up. At least he got it done in time. All right, I'll discuss it with him later. He doesn't take it personally that you did certain aspects wrong or right. He just wants the result, and he doesn't care about anything else. Now, let's say you didn't get it done. Okay, you didn't get it done. So he comes over at 12 noon Friday, and he says, where is it? And you're like, oh man, didn't get it done. Sorry, shit. I mean, I need another day or a few more hours or maybe Monday. He goes, okay, cool. You're fired. And you go, whoa, what? What? You go, yeah, you're fired. Pack your shit. Get out. Have a nice day. Have a nice life. And he just walks off. And you're like, whoa, what the fuck? And you start screaming. Now, if you start screaming, he gets the phone. He calls security. Security comes over and escorts you out of the building. And if you have limited emotional control, you're going to rant and scream and yell at him, and he doesn't even care. He doesn't give a rat fuck that you're screaming and yelling. All he knows is he wanted this done on time. You didn't get it done. You're out. He is not going to sit there and continue to talk to you because he doesn't care to talk to you. He doesn't care what you feel. He doesn't care what you want. He wanted it done, and you didn't get it done, so now you're out. It's that simple for him. And so as you're screaming and ranting, being escorted by security out of the building with your box of shit, all he's not mad. He doesn't get upset. He doesn't raise his voice. He goes down 3 cubicles and goes into one of your coworkers' cubicles. Let's say his name's Larry. And he says, hey, Larry, I had a project that Joe was supposed to do. He didn't get it done on time, but he did get it about, 60% done. Here it is. Tell you what, if you work overtime this weekend, I'll give you $500 if you can finish this project by Sunday night. Can you do that? Are you willing to do it? Now, if Larry says yes, he says, great. If you have any questions, here's my phone number. Let me know over the weekend. I'm here to support you. I'll check with you on Monday to make sure it's done. Cool, great. Now, if Larry says no, the Alpha Male 2.0 boss will say, all right, cool. And he'll just take his project, walk down another few cubicles, walk into Jane's office. He says the same thing. He says, hey, Jane, Joe was supposed to do that. He didn't do this project. I need it done. I'll give you $500 over the weekend to get this done. Do you want to do it? And if she says yes, he's like, great, awesome, see you later. And he leaves. And that's it. Very straightforward, very simple. No drama, no problems. Even when he fires you, there is no drama. He doesn't sit there and argue with you. If you try to argue with him when he fires you, he'll say, I told you to get this done. I told you this was important. You didn't get it done. Therefore, you're fired. It's that simple. That's it. And it's not a big deal to him. He doesn't get upset. He doesn't feel threatened. He doesn't feel insulted. He doesn't care. There's no drama. There's no arguing. There's no raising of voices. Now, he did fire your ass because he's an alpha male and he doesn't put up with any bullshit, just like the Alpha Male 1.0. The difference is he doesn't put up with any bullshit while not having any drama. When I talk about things like soft nexting, where the Alpha Male 2.0 just doesn't talk to a woman for a week if she gives him drama. He doesn't argue with her. He doesn't lecture her. He doesn't threaten her. That's Alpha Male 1.0 stuff. Matter of fact, let's roll and talk about that. Now, before we talk about that, I do at least 3 videos a week here at this channel where we discuss dating multiple attractive women at once, plus having location-dependent income and living a life of long-term masculine happiness, Alpha Male 2.0. If this is of interest to you, you should subscribe to this channel, click the notification bell, put a like on this video, leave a comment on this video, and that way you'll be sure to get this content for free in your feed. Not bad. So let's talk about a dating scenario. So let's talk about a woman a guy is already seeing is late for a date. So they're going to meet at a restaurant, okay? And she is 15 minutes late. So let's first cover the Alpha Male 1.0. How does he handle this? He's at the restaurant. He gets there at 8 o'clock, and that's the appointed time. And she's not there at 8 o'clock. Immediately, his blood pressure is up. Immediately, he's concerned. Immediately, he's a little agitated because she's not there. It's 8 o'clock. She's not there. And immediately, he thinks thoughts of, she is disrespecting me. She is insulting me. This is inappropriate and this is unacceptable. Immediately at 8 o'clock. Now, she could be 2 minutes late. Let's say she's 2 minutes late. Let's go with that. He gets in the restaurant. He pulls out his phone. He's immediately blowing up her phone. Where are you? I'm here. It's 8 o'clock. We agreed to meet at 8 o'clock. What the fuck? Right? And she's like, oh, I'm sorry. Traffic. No, I'll be there in 2 minutes. When she walks in 2 minutes later, she will get a lecture. Now, it may be a big lecture or a short lecture. It depends on what else happened that day with the Alpha Male 1.0. Depends on his personality. Depends on a lot of factors. But she's going to get some shit from him. She's either going to get a small lecture that's 4 or 5 minutes long where he's upset and he says, look, you need to respect my time. You need to respect and you need to have the integrity where if you schedule an appointment, you make that appointment on time. You need to have that internal, if I'm going to be with a woman, she needs to have integrity, okay? And she needs to mean what she says. And you have to mean what you say. So next time we have an appointment at 8 o'clock, I expect you to be on time for that appointment. I was on time. I was here at 8 o'clock. So I expect the same courtesy from you. At a minimum, she's going to get something like that. Now, often she'll get something even much longer than that, okay? Sadly, all right? Now, let's say she's 15 minutes late. Holy shit. So he's sitting there at the bar, right? And he's fidgeting with his phone, and he's texting her, and he's blowing her up, and every minute that passes, he gets more and more pissed off because she's disrespecting his time and disrespecting his authority. And so this is literally how this works. I have a lot of Alpha Male 1.0 buddies. Every minute that she's late, he gets more and more and more pissed off and more agitated. And God forbid if she doesn't text him back immediately. So let's say he texts her, right? She's 3-4 minutes late. He's texting her, hey, where are you? I'm here. I'm waiting. We had an appointment set at 8 o'clock. Did you put this in your calendar? Did you schedule this? Right? Of course not. She's a girl. Girls don't do this. And let's say she doesn't reply to him. Oh, shit. Now his brain starts whirling. Well, what the hell is she doing? Why is she late? Who is she with? So once she waltzes in at like 11 minutes late or 14 minutes late or whatever the hell, he's furious, and he's furious for several different reasons. So not only has she disrespected his time and his authority and not been loyal and being insulting to him, because again, Alpha Male 1.0s are insulted when you do things like show up late for an appointment. That's how they are. Very outcome dependent. He is also pissed off because now he wants to know why. I've done videos about this before, like, well, why did she do that? Because they're so outcome dependent, they're going to want to know exactly why she was late. And so first, she will get the lecture that I described earlier, although it'll be 10 times worse. He'll be 10 times more angry, raise his voice most likely, get pissed off. He may even be inappropriate in the restaurant. He may slam his fist on the desk, raise his voice when people look at him. That's entirely possible. Matter of fact, that's likely at this point. But also, he will say things like, give me your phone. Where were you? Why were you 15 minutes late? Well, my boss. Oh, your boss? Why did your boss do that? Right? You weren't somewhere else? Let me see your phone. Let me see your phone. And he'll demand to see her phone or things like that. And if she says, F you, I'm not going to show you my phone. Oh boy, now they have a huge argument and now they have hardcore drama. You can see why drama is a common occurrence for the Alpha Male 1.0. They instigate it by their attitude. That's the way it goes. Now, what happens if you're late for an Alpha Male 2.0? Because I've had women be late. A few things, a few differences. Number one, if they're a few minutes late, the Alpha Male 2.0 doesn't even notice. Okay, so a woman is a few minutes late for one of my appointments. I don't care. I'm on my phone working. I don't give a shit. I'm enjoying myself. I'm listening to an audiobook. It doesn't even register for me. I actually assume women are going to be late because being late for appointments is part of being a girl. I know that sounds sexist, but it's kind of true. I mean, if you've been on lots of dates with lots of girls, like I have, I've been on hundreds of them, you know, women are late. It's just part of being a chick, right? Okay. So I assume they're going to be late. So that is one difference right there. I assume they're going to be late, so I don't care. If they're 15 minutes late, I still don't care. I will have something to do on my phone while I'm waiting. Now, if she's really late, then here's what I'll do. I'll get up and I'll leave. This has happened. Hasn't happened very often, but if she's more than 15 minutes late, I'll do maybe 10 or 15 minutes. But if she's past 15 minutes late, 20 minutes, 25 minutes, if it's 15 minutes, she says, oh, sorry, I'll be there another 15 minutes or another 10 minutes, I'll say, let's just reschedule. And I get up and I leave. And you know what I do? I go have sex with somebody else. I'm not angry. I'm not frustrated. I'm not pissed off that I wasted my time because I used my time effectively with my phone. I might be moderately irritated if I had a really rough day, but that's it. And later, I'm not giving her a lecture. I'm not. The Alpha Male 2.0 is not going to sit there and lecture about you were inappropriately late. and you didn't respect my time. Instead, at worst, he will say something like this. Hey, I'm a busy guy, and I have to make a judgment call on who I spend my time with. So you can do whatever you want. You can be as late for appointments as you like. But if you're commonly that late for appointments, I have to make a judgment call on who I spend my time with. And so I may not be spending as much time with you. I might be spending time with other people, as in other women. And if you've done your EFA correctly, she'll know what that means. Very different. Here's another scenario. A woman threatens to break up with a guy, okay? She threatens to break up with Alpha Male 1.0. Guess what he'll do? He'll sit there and say, oh, no, you're not going anywhere, bitch. Now, he may or may not say the word bitch, but you get my point. That's his frame. You're not going anywhere. We need to discuss this. We're going to discuss this right now. And then they have arguments and drama and problems and arguments and chaos. If a woman threatens to break up with an Alpha Male 2.0, he says, okay. You know Pete Davidson, that character that Pete Davidson plays on Saturday Night Live, where he just goes, okay. Very Alpha Male 2.0, that response. I'm not saying he's an Alpha Male 2.0. He looks to me like a serial monogamist. But that's a very Alpha 2.0 response. Okay. You know, I don't think I can see anymore. Okay, I understand. Okay, cool. You don't have to say cool. Okay, I'm going overboard for the illustrations of this video, but you get my point. He's not going to sit there and lecture her. He's not going to fight for her. He's not going to argue with you. He's going to say, well, why? How come you don't like me? What the fuck's the problem? He is outcome independent. And if he's a true Alpha Male 1.0, he knows she's coming back. I have a 94% return rate for all the women I have dated over the past 15 years. So a woman says, I can't see you anymore. I go, okay, I completely understand. I know she'll be back anywhere from 3 weeks to 2 or 3 years. It depends on the woman, depends how old she is, on various other factors. That's the difference, is outcome independence makes a huge difference, these things. And when you're outcome independent, you are happier and you have less drama and conflict. Now, what you give up as an Alpha Male 2.0 is control. You can't control women or other people in your life the way an Alpha Male 1.0 can. That's what you have to give up as an Alpha Male 2.0. And if you say, I can't give that up, I have to be in control, then you are going to suffer a lifetime of up and down drama and up and down conflict and up and down anger for literally the rest of your life. So I hope the control is worth it. Now, for a true blue Alpha Male 1.0 and Andrew Tate Alpha Male 1.0, it is worth it. I am reasonably confident if Andrew Tate was sitting right next to me, he would say, I don't care if I have drama. I don't care if I fight a lot. I don't care if I get mad a lot. Who gives a fuck? You know, these bitches need to be told what to do because I'm the man and that's the way it goes. Great. So that's a decision that you're making. I've talked about this in my blogs. If you make the conscious decision to be an Alpha Male 1.0 and be less happy, go ahead and do that. Just don't do that by default where you're not realizing what you're doing. If you make a conscious decision to be a beta male, go ahead. If you make a conscious decision to be an outcome-dependent Alpha Male 1.0, go ahead. Being aware of all the problems that will occur. I would prefer you be happy and be an Alpha Male 2.0. But I realize that's not a path for everybody. I've said before that Alpha Male 2.0 is really only for about 10% of men. Most men are beta males, will be too scared for this stuff, and a small percentage are Alpha Male 1.0s who philosophically want to be able to control, and it's worth pain and suffering to do that. Speaking of drama, if you want a video on how to manage drama in a relationship, you should watch this video, and I'll see you in that video.